Okay, well, we took our trip here starting from the authentic Eco-Tent Experience Lodge, and a boat picked us up and took us out down the river to finally out to the open ocean, well, into a bay really, to a beach, where we disembarked on the Île de Cerfs, which is the Isle of Deer, got off, and they showed us a good spot just to look for fish around some rocks, so we jumped off and I started my hour or so swim and saw lots of amazing creatures. There were a lot of clams and a lot of these different little schools of these zebrafish. I'm calling them. I'm sure they have a different name, but it's interesting, these kind of relationships. You see the zebrafish hanging out with the lionfish and eels, so that's what it's like to get out back under the water. Oh, this octopus just popped right out of nowhere. And then you saw the eel and that grouper together. You see that over and over again. But the octopus kind of was hiding in this area under here where this eel and grouper were. And I really wanted to get a look at that octopus, so I kind of was putting the camera down. I couldn't really see it, but I knew where it was, so I just stuck the camera down with the hope that I would catch it, and actually I kind of got lucky, because there he is. Got a nice view of him. There's his eye, and he's blending in okay with the rock above. Pretty interesting. And around this side, I knew he was there, so I popped this down to there. We can see his siphon and the other eye there. So that's cool. This is another weird instance of these groupers and these eels hanging out together. So it's hard to see, but that's two giant eels in there. They're really pretty big, and I knew it was an eel, and I could see that grouper there, but finally the eel popped its, there were a couple of groupers actually. I don't know why they hang out together so much. We'll see that again hanging out later. But finally one of these eels popped its head up. It's that weird pink eel. Strange. This thing just glowed. You can't see it, but it looked like something out of hard to explain, just very strange, glowing coral. And I always love these different mollusks here. I thought I would give this one a peek and see what it was. Beautiful, incredibly beautiful pattern, not covered with coral. This is a little habitat where there are these little redfish, which I think are cute, but then this pufferfish was like, "I'm out of here, bro." And so I looked in there. There were also these red wrasses, or whatever they are. They have big eye, really beautiful. You can't get a good look at it, but they grow into big schools, or small schools. But this pufferfish kind of took off, so I followed it out. It seems like there was this interesting starfish. And then this pufferfish led me to this incredible coral here. And I just can't tell you how you're missing the color of these blue fish and that orange coral. I mean, it was like it was just beyond anything I'd ever seen in a movie or it just unbelievable. And the pattern, like the them coming out and feeding or whatever they're doing there and then popping back in, it was just so, like, I don't know, touching in some weird way. It's like this school, like this bunch of related creatures of different sizes and kind of coming in and out of the coral. It was just so beautiful. Yeah, you can't see the blue the same way that you're able to see it in the water. So some fish kind of hiding, lots of clams. I was just amazed. I'm sure the big ones are being harvested, so a lot of small ones, but these guys can be huge. This was so weird, this fish here. I thought it might have been being eaten by another fish, so I just was really curious about it. So I grabbed a hold of it, and it ran out. I just laughed. It just like playing ostrich. Okay, more schools. You see these big schools. I cut out a lot of the footage because there are so many of them. But you see these big mixed schools of fish, and then another little group of these zebrafish. And when I stuck the camera in there, you could really like feel the waves up there trying to escape. And Also, so here they are again. This might be a different one, but yeah, it's different. There were, I ran into a bunch of schools in these fish. I should look them up, but really cute and interesting. And I took this, I kept this photo in just to show you the size of this school. So there are some big schools and small schools. This huge one is like kind of taking up this whole subterranean area where they love to hide. Here's another weird starfish. It's kind of spongy. Another clam, and yet another clam. So they're doing okay there. They don't get over harvested. This was a giant school of fish. It surrounded me. It was, like hundreds of fish, and they were all around me. A little bit hard to see them. They really do camouflage well in the color. These cute little seahorsey things. Again, I took some footage of them earlier. I saw a number of these. I forget what they're called. They're kind of a shellfish, spider rocks or something like that. And this was some kind of a coral I'd never seen. It was hard shell. Really beautiful pattern. Another one of these spider clams, spider rocks over there. And another giant clam there. And another one. And these were, I've actually picked these and eaten them. They're kind of like a cone shaped, like a flat cone. There's another giant clam. It wasn't embedded well. I know they like to be embedded in rocks, and that was just in the sand, just more and more. Lots of little ones. I think the big ones are getting taken. These beautiful fish there, with the long trailers, and then again another grouper. But then again, you see this pattern where this guy was, I guess, protecting his nest. He was like attacking the camera with his tail. He was like swatting it with his tail, and I just thought it was really cute. I know I was annoying him, but I'd never seen a fish so aggressive and fearless, so I thought I would just capture that. And then again, this like combination of the lionfish and the zebrafish. Now I don't know if the lionfish are sort of feeding on the zebrafish or what's going on, but they often are found sort of hanging around these schools of zebrafish. And so here was another case of that. And these zebrafish, as you know, they're super dangerous. Like if you get hooked, you could end up in the hospital. But I took the camera and kind of got really close to him, just thinking it would look really cool. They have such incredible patterns, and so I wasn't putting myself really in danger here. They're slow moving. They're not afraid of anything because they're so poisonous. So here's maybe the remainder. Look, see, this is the lionfish up above, and the remainder of some school. Maybe this school wasn't smart enough to stay hidden, so it was much smaller than the other ones. I don't know. A cute little couple of these sort of seahorsey creatures. And this was another giant school, and they were a little less fearful, so I kind of like stuck my camera right into the heart of them, and they swam all around it, and it was sort of interesting and fun. You're probably bored of these fish, but for me they're just so fun to watch, just the patterns of them swimming around each other. It's just like mesmerizing. Yeah, so I just stuck the camera right into the center of the school and turned it around and kind of be able to see them sort of all around, and I thought that was fun. So after this I swam around a bit and finally got out of the water.